All right now, that's Freda Payne. Let me tell you, my sister was watching Fineaswine video, and she was on this channel, and she was telling me that we had Freda Payne up there. I'm like, what? I said, first I'm gonna watch. I said, no, I want to do a reaction video. But anyway, for your youngers who don't know Freda Payne, I want to give y'all a little bit of story about her. She is definitely an icon. Now, Miss Freda Payne, I might mess up your middle name, but I'm gonna try to best pronounce it. Freda Charcelia Payne. She was born in Detroit, y'all. American singer, best known for her career in music in the mid 60s. All right. Um, Her hit song was the song I just played, "A Band of Gold." Payne was also an actress in musicals and film, as well as a host of a TV talk show. Now that I did not know, so I had to go and look up and get a little bit more information. It was very interesting.
What was it?
She hosted in Today's Black Woman talk show in the 80s through the 80 in 1981 before joining the cast of Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Ladies in 1982. Payne also starred in the production of Ain't Misbehaving with Della Reese, the Blues in the Night, and what's this here? Jelly's Last Jam with Gregory Hines and Savion Glover in 1990s. I always wanted to meet Gregory Hines, yo. Yes, I did. Now that's wonderful. So anyway, I'm doing my first reaction video with Fineaswine and Roland's review. Now, if y'all want to see them, I have their link down here. So make sure y'all grab them, subscribe to them, and like. Because I already checked out Fineaswine. I checked out Roland's review. It's hot over there, y'all. Y'all gotta check it out. So anyway, let's go. Let's check out this here. I'm excited, y'all. Oh yeah. I know about
The fabulous, the incomparable Miss Freda Payne. Most of you may remember Miss Payne from her 1970
Sorry.
world-renowned hit Band of Gold. But
Can
did
y'all
you
hear
know
this?
that Miss
I can
Payne
hear
hosted
it.
her own cable talk show in 1981 called Today's Black Woman?
I hear like a double something.
Also, did you know that Miss Freda Payne is the
I hear
sister
a double
of
something.
Sherry Payne, who was in the Supremes?
Can you hear?
Did you
Okay,
know?
that's
For about
better.
6 months, Miss Payne worked for Duke Ellington, singing with his band. Discuss
Yeah, I
Miss
see.
Payne's career and to show her love and adulations. She is still on
here with us,
Yeah, definitely real
showing you
interesting.
some love that you deserve. You deserve your flowers for being such a beauty to the music industry for over 60 years. We love you. We support you. You are very inspirational. All you're still out your thing. And that's what I'm talking about. Freda Payne is truly a bright, shining star. In these days and time, you never know who may influence you. Freda Payne, you influenced us to no matter what, chase our dreams, to go far with our dreams, and never give up. You most definitely are an exact replica of
Um, Um, hold. Let me see something.
Today.
Oh, thank
And
you.
it's in the studio with
Yes,
my boy Kenny Lattimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, who was that? Oh, that was you. Let's see something.
There wasn't that yet compared to
The pain, you influenced us to no matter what.
What the heck? How did I come on live? How did I come on live? Where did she go? Am I still? I'm on the show. What happened to her? Am I still on her channel? Do you guys see me? Do y'all see me? Give me a yes or a no. Oh, y'all see? I'm on her channel. What happened to her? Okay, because I'm like, let me see something. Oh, okay, let me see. Is that you there? Let me see if I can share my screen. You hear me?
Eat.
Let me see something. I don't know if this will work.
Chase our dreams to go far with our dreams, and never give up. You most definitely are an exact replica of a band of gold because you're beautiful and timeless.
And we want you to feel
Do you see
comfortable
it?
on here. We want you to feel embraced with all the love that we want to show you today.
Oh, thank
And
you.
we truly appreciate your
You took it
contribution to
down?
the music industry for over 60 years. And you're still out here doing your thing, you know, and you out here making more records.
Sorry,
Just
my computer's really showing off tonight.
We
Yeah.
love you. We support you. You are very much an inspiration to us all. You're still out here doing your thing. And that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
Freda Payne is truly
Terrible.
a bright, shining star. In these days and time, you never know who may influence you. Freda Payne, you influenced us to no matter what, chase our dreams, to go far with our dreams, and never give up. You most definitely are an exact replica of a band of gold because you're beautiful and timeless.
and we want you to feel comfortable on here. We want you to feel embraced with all the love that we want to show you today.
Oh, thank
And
you.
we truly appreciate your contribution to the music industry for over 60 years. And you're still out here doing your thing, you know, and you out here making more records. You were just in the studio with
Yes,
my boy Kenny Lattimore.
yeah.
Yes.
Miss
Great
Anna.
things. And my partner, Rolling Reviews, is so crazy about some Freda Payne. And she expressed that to me. I said, okay, well, we got to make that happen. And when you want something so bad, you have to put in the footwork to get it accomplished. And she, you know, we thank you yet again.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. I've been anticipating this, and you're right about the new latest recording. It's my latest CD. It's entitled "Let There Be Love," and done a great duet with. Matter of fact, the duet is called "Let There Be Love," and that's with Kenny Lattimore. And then I have a duet.
Say it again.
Kenny Lattimore. And then and then Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis is one of our legendary, iconic male vocalists who, oh my God, I go back. I mean, I remember Johnny like in the early 60s. And he's still doing his thing. He's still touring. He's on the road right now doing, a series of concerts. And then I did one with a duet with Dee Dee Bridgewater, who is a formidable jazz vocalist. She is one of our top-notch jazz vocalists of today. And we go back to, I remember when she started doing Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Ladies, and that was in the early 80s. And I did it as well. So we kind of like, we've done some of the same work, but Dee Dee is much more affiliated with jazz because that has been her mainstay her whole career. And whereas my career deviated off into the R&B world and soul and pop, music, which is nothing wrong with that, because doing that actually put my name on the map. Right. And then I did a duet with Kurt Elling. Now, Kurt Elling is one of our foremost jazz vocalists, and he's a multiple Grammy Award winner in the jazz vocalist category. So, and I mean, everything I did, there's not one song when somebody says, "What's your favorite?" I don't have a favorite because they're all good. They're all good.
All good.
I do a song, but I do, of course, myself. It's all right with me. And it's just like they say, it's a concentration of good music rather than 2 or 3 cuts or 1 cut, and then that's the only cut you like on the whole album. Because I've had that happen to me many times, where I buy a whole album, a CD, and this because it's a hit, so one song is really good, that's a hit, and then you wind up loving that hit, and maybe another song on there is okay too, but then you don't like the rest of the album. You know what I mean? So I think all 6 of those cuts are great. Yeah.
I'd like to get started with the questions, and I would like to ask, describe your childhood growing up in Detroit or Motown.
Well, Motown, when I grew up in Detroit, now let's face it, if you checked out the Wikipedia and all like that in my biography, you'll see that I can't lie about my age anymore. So I was born in the 40s, and so I was a child. I was like a young child in the 40s, and then of course in the 50s I was in my teens. In the 60s I was filling my wild oats in my 20s, and in the 60s. But and then I did one with a duet with Dee Dee Bridgewater, who is a formidable jazz vocalist. She is one of our top-notch jazz vocalists of today. And we go back to, I remember when she started doing Duke Ellington's Sophisticated Ladies, and that was in the early 80s. And I did it as well. So we kind of like, we've done some of the same work, but Dee Dee is much more affiliated with jazz because that has been her mainstay her whole career. And whereas my career kind of deviated off into the R&B world and soul and pop, music, which is nothing wrong with that, because doing that, I put my name on the map. And then I did a duet with Kurt Elling. Now, Kurt Elling is one of our foremost jazz vocalists, and he's a multiple Grammy winner in the jazz vocalist category. So, and I mean, everything I did, I mean, there's not one song when somebody says, "What's your favorite?" I don't have a favorite because they're all good. They're all good. I do a song, but I do, of course, a song by myself. It's All Right With Me. And it's just like they say, it's a concentration of good music rather than 2 or 3 cuts or 1 cut, and then that's the only cut you like on the whole album. Because I've had that happen to me many times, where I buy a whole album, a CD, and it's because it's a hit, so one song is really good, that's a hit, and then you wind up loving that hit, and maybe another song on there is okay too, and you don't like the rest of the album. You know what I mean? So I think all 6 of those cuts are great. Yeah.
We'd like to get started with the questions, and I would like to ask, describe your childhood growing up in Detroit, Motown.
Well, Motown, when I grew up in Detroit, now let's face it, if you checked out the Wikipedia and all like that in my biography, you'll see that I can't lie about my age anymore. So I was born in the 40s, and I was a child. I was like a young child in the 40s. And then, of course, in the 50s, I was in my teens. In the 60s, I was like a young child, in the 60s. But I have to say, growing up in Detroit was, when I think back on it compared to today, was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was just a normal city, metropolitan. There wasn't that. School was like about 2 blocks away, about 2.5 blocks away. And I was allowed to walk to school by myself, because at 5 nowadays, no parent allows their kid at 5 to be walking to school by themselves. They walk them to school, or drive them to school, and pick them up, But it was, when I think about it, when I left home and when I was 18, I went to New York to live, to seek my fame and fortune. And I discovered that the world was a lot more different than what I thought it was going to be. Everybody's not a good person. Everybody's not nice and kind. Everybody has their intentions.
Right.
And my mother taught me that. She says, now, when you get out here in this world, if nobody's going to love you like I love you, and she was absolutely right. So I had, I'll put it this way, I had a pretty decent childhood. I didn't have a dysfunctional family. My mother did divorce my father, my biological father, Freda Payne, when I was 3.5.
Wow.
When they were married in Detroit, they had one of the biggest weddings at Bethel AME Church at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So anyway, I ventured on to say that growing up in Detroit was a pleasure. My mother remarried when I was 6, and so I actually have a stepdad who actually was the one who raised us.
Right.
So I had a pretty stable family back in Detroit at that time.
Wow.
And his name was Samuel Farley.
Wow.
Yeah, and during that time, until I left and went to New York and started doing stuff on my own, I always used his name. My name, they called me Freda Payne Farley.
Wow.
Yeah, so I dropped the Farley once I got out and started signing my first record contract when I was 20 years old with ABC Paramount. Right. But in Detroit, I would be referred to on shows that I did, or TV or talent contests. I also used the name Farley, which was my stepdad's name.
Right. Okay.
Frida, you have to be so proud of yourself to just have all of those different opportunities in front of you. You know, you had multiple contracts that were presented to you. You know, you chose to do sign with, I forgot the producer's name, but you chose to choose Band of Gold, that single that you chose. And I think it was a great idea. You also speak about how you just love you some Ella Fitzgerald. You know,
Yeah. Well,
what influence did she have on your artistry today?
I have to say, Ella has had a tremendous amount of influence. As a matter of fact, I would say almost 90%, because Ella represented a force. She was like you would refer to Aretha Franklin as a force of nature. Well, Ella Fitzgerald was also a force of nature in her own right, because Ella was the jazz singer, and she was the one who was almost like an ambassador of music,
Right.
from America, singing jazz, just like Aretha was the ambassador of music, singing soul. Okay, that's why they called her. She got the title Queen of Soul.
Right.
But Ella, it turned out as I got older, and that it got to the point where there was so much competition, and I was maturing more, and there were other singers coming on the scene. I had to realize I've got to reinvent myself. So what better way could I reinvent myself but to do what I'm accustomed to doing, what I kind of grew up doing as a teenager, and appreciating jazz and listening to singers like a Ella Fitzgerald or Sarah Vaughan or Carmen McRae, or Edie Gourmet, or people like that, and Lena Horne. And so I decided I've got to go the more, let's say, mature way in terms of doing music where people in my age group and older can appreciate, and I can sustain. In other words, here's the theory. Like, the story about the mouse, and he has different holes to go into. When one hole, gets flooded out, he has to run into a different hole. So I kind of look at it like that. You have to reinvent yourself and not just stay in one lane and only do one thing. And that's why my career was so expansive, because I wasn't just a, let's say, 1 or 2 record, hit artist. I wasn't depending on having just a hit record career. I was depending on having an artistic career where I could do theater. I've been on Broadway, by the way. I did play a lead role in a Broadway show because I was Leslie Ungum's understudy in Hallelujah Baby. And that was in 1967, 1968. So I understudied Leslie, and I went on 5 times. 5 times on Broadway in a lead role. I'm the first person on stage that you see at the beginning, and I'm the last person that you see at the end. And that was I call an aha experience. So I am one of my bucket lists is that I would love to go back to Broadway one day, headlining in my own show.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And believe me, that's like something when people say, well, girl, you're old now. Well, yeah, I'm old, but I'm not done. I'm not done yet.
You ain't done. You better let them know.
Yeah, I'm not done. There's a poem by Robert Frost. It says, I've got many more miles to go before I sleep.
Now, I love Robert. I love poetry. And yes, you're an inspiration to
That's
me.
one of them. I know Maya Angelou is also one of my favorite poets.
Yes.
And what's this young girl, Gorman, that's on the scene now? She's like, to me.
Yes, she's brilliant.
Yeah, she's like the new Maya Angelou. She's our new young woman.
Yes.
Who is she not a woman? She's still a teenager, isn't she?
Right. And I heard she's getting all kinds of scholarship offers already. She's brilliant.
She is brilliant. She really is. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, yes.
And she has the look, everything. She's got it all.
She has it. Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I have to say, I think it's my turn to ask. I'm an educator, so what were your favorite subjects in school?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I have to say, when I think back on it, social studies. I wasn't good in English,
Okay.
and I wasn't good in math, which is a real downer because you really need to be good in math,
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
especially in
Yeah.
this business. I also like biology.
Right.
I did for some reason. I was in at one point. I thought I wanted to be a doctor,
Wow.
and then I realized that maybe I didn't have all it would take to be a doctor because I can't stand the sight of blood.
No.
So that's out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, we all, when we're in school, we have that favorite teacher that we just stick close to and
Right.
always remember. Was there a favorite teacher that you had that you never forgot about?
Oh, wow. Not really. I mean, I can think of you know how long ago that's been?
That's okay. We know you
Long,
have it.
long.
You're talking, hey, look, I'm late 70s. And to think back to when I was 14, 15, 16,
ma'am.
It's hard to
I
do.
mean, I can see them. I mean, I can see their faces and everything. But I can't say I had a favorite, but I like several of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to say something. Now, this isn't academic. This was my gym teacher.
Okay.
And her name was Ann Cade. I call her Miss Ann Cade. And I studied modern dancing with her. And
Wow.
that was one of my favorite. It's not a subject. It's just it's
Right,
like,
right.
you know, it's like people, I mean, you know, young people when they're in high school and they take, and they have basketball, basketball, baseball, you know, soccer and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And that's what all starts, you know, and then they go on to college and continue.
Yeah.
Right.
And then go on to the
But
the major leagues if they're talented.
But I bet you can dance now, though. So, hey, it worked
Well,
out.
you know
either
what?
way.
I did dance, but I have to also tell you, what comes along with age is that your body ages just like a car ages,
Yeah.
or anything else, and you have to either keep it like repaired or replace parts. I just had a year ago. I had a total knee replacement, and then I just recently, almost 4 months ago, I had a total shoulder replacement. So I can't dance like I used to, but I can dance. I can move around. I can move around.
Right.
And
I know
I did.
you can.
Also, I'm a yogi. I did yoga for like 40 something years. And that has helped me a lot to keep my body in shape. And I will get back into it as my joints, you know, as my shoulder heals.
Heal up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Oh, wow. Another question. Who is or was your greatest inspiration?
Oh, my greatest inspiration. I would have to say Lena Horne.
Okay.
You mean as a performing artist?
Yes, ma'am.
I would say Lena Horne, because Lena, through her, I saw class.
Oh, yes.
I saw class, like the way she dressed, and I saw strength. I saw strength and dignity. Also, Diane Carroll.
Oh, yes.
Was one of my greatest inspirations. I saw, you know, how the gown she she wore. She wasn't exactly wearing the real tight gowns. She wore like Empire, you know, the Empire cut and A-line gowns. Miss Diane Carroll was an inspiration, but Lena Horne was my main inspiration. And the reason is because I knew about Lena when I was 5.
Wow.
I remember my grandfather. I remember saying, "Granddaddy, who's the most famous colored woman?" Back then we said colored. Who's the most famous colored woman in the world? Entertainer. He said, Lena Horne.
Yeah.
I said, why? He said, because she's beautiful. And he said, she can sing. He said, the only thing, she wears all them gowns because she's got skinny legs. That's what he said. He was so funny. That's what he said. But Shalima Horn was one of my big inspirations.
Wow.
Now, with your long career that you have, what is the most important award that you have received thus far?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I got a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Urban League of St. Louis.
Right.
And that was really nice. That because of the ceremony, the gala. I think what was the year? 2017 or 2006? Anyway, it's on my on the mantle over my fireplace.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really
Well,
nice.
congratulations.
I got a lot of awards. I've got another ones. I've got 2 awards from Heroes and Legends.
That's right.
Okay.
Heroes and Legends, and that's the award ceremony that was launched by Janie Bradford Hobbs of Motown, and also Berry Gordy Jr. Of course of Motown. And every year they would honor someone in the industry or in the record industry or the entertainment industry, and that's been going on for like about more than 25 years now.
Yeah.
And so I've got 2. I've got one for my drama theater, and I think the other one was for it was like an entertainment, longevity or something like that. It might have been an achievement award as well.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Oh, and I got one from the American Music. They call American Music Awards.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good to me.
What year was that? The American Music Awards? Do you recall?
I have to go and look at it.
Okay. Okay.
You want me to
Understandable.
go and look at it and come back? Want me to bring it?
No.
I'll show it to you.
Oh, that'd be amazing. If we sit, yeah, that'd be amazing.
Okay, hold on. I got it. I just got it.
Okay.
Wow, we get footage like that to see a
This is
award.
wonderful. Type in the comment section. Don't you just love it? How can I find that CD? I wish I could pull that trailer up. It's not showing on the screen, and I don't want to touch anything and screw anything up. I want her to see that the video.
It's not to the right. I would love for her to see that. It's not to the right of the screen.
It's a total different screen now. That's what I was telling you. And I don't know what to. She is Reese Cup, Stephanie. Yes, Stephanie, I love it.
What's
Yes.
up, everybody? Thank you for
Hello.
coming.
How is everyone doing?
Yes,
this is a
yes.
total different screen, fine. So I don't.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We could share it with her or send it to
Yeah,
her.
I'll share it when we're done.
So this is it. Oh boy, here we go. This is it.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, American Music Awards.
Yes.
Let me see. Let me read it now. What it says.
Great.
Okay.
It says, the Artists Music Guild presents this 2016 Sandy Halsey Lifetime Achievement Award to Freda Payne for a lifetime dedicated to excellence and professionalism. That's what this is.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
You deserve it. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
that and more. Absolutely.
Now the other one from St. Louis, the Urban League, that's too big. I can't. It's really big.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, we talked about your various career exploits. If you could choose a theme song to describe where you are right now in your life, what song would you choose and why?
Well, there are 2 songs. One would be a song that was written by Artie Butler and Phyllis Molinari, and it's called Here's to Life.
Oh, wow.
And then there's another one that I've never performed before, never done it before, but I've always liked it. Let's say when I was 70, it was a very good year.
Right.
It was a very good year. It was a very good year. And then it goes on when I was 17, and then when I was 21, and then when I was 35 or 45, and then it goes until like and then it goes to like when they're in their 60s or 70s, and this is they're in the autumn of their years, and blah blah. To me that describes my life in a way.
Right.
You know, don't, I mean, the lyrics might have to be altered a little bit here and there,
Right.
you know, to fit the female perspective. But
Right.
that song was a very good year. And then another one is, okay, a third one is My Way.
Oh yeah.
I did it my way. But that's so self-aggrandizement, you know, kind of like lyric. It's like ego tripping. I did it my way.
We just got front row coverage. You over there scatting and about to bust into a scat and do your little
That's
jazz
okay.
thing. We love it. We are here for it, Freda.
Exactly.
Well, if you get my latest CD, you'll hear.
Oh, we're gonna get. And she got an upcoming memoir, so we got to make sure we support that too.
My book.
Yes.
So we're gonna make sure we support Freda on that and her newest album. So you know, Whitney is our girl, Freda, right?
Whitney was always my girl. She was the best. She was our queen. She was our princess.
Yes.
She was our princess.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
And queen.
Right.
What experiences did you have with Whitney Houston, if any, if you had any?
I never had any experience with Whitney. I've met Whitney, you know, in person.
Okay.
You know, because I think she would be on a show like at Madison Square Garden. It was like one of those David Guest presentations, you know, galas.
Right.
And she was on the show, and I was on the show, and a lot of others like Patti LaBelle and
right.
I think Chaka Khan and people Bryson and people like that. It was one of those kind of evenings. Yeah.
Wow.
We recently had her number one fan on our show, and she got to talk about her experiences with Whitney, and it was very revealing. And we love to hear her say that because she really did love Whitney Houston. So
yes, well, honey, I would say millions loved Whitney Houston. It was I mean, for somebody that knew her personally, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Exactly. It's like when my dear friend Mary Wilson passed away recently this year.
I know. I hate that, man.
Yes.
She was so full of life.
So full of life. I mean, you said it. So full of life.
Right.
And there was no indication that she was gonna, you know, leave us. And she just went out. She just went out of here, and without a word of warning.
Yes. I listened to her memoir on audiobook on YouTube. So.
Oh yeah, Mary has written like about 3 books. I think the last book she was involved in was called Supreme Glamour, and it was a tabletop book. I've got it.
Right.
And I think I've got all the books she's written.
Right.
You know, the first one, and then the second one, and then this last one was Supreme Glamour.
Right.
And that was a lovely, that with a guy by the name of Mark Bigo. Now Mark Bigo is also helping. He's also the co-author of my book.
Right.
So it's my memoirs, you know. But matter of fact, we're having our first sign-in release party in New York, November the 1st.
Whoa.
At the Cutting Room in New York.
Oh,
so I will be in New York at the Cutting Room to sign and autograph my memoir. It's called Band of Gold, a memoir by Freda Payne.
We're definitely going to support that, Freda. We're going to support that and make sure we get that album too.
Right.
Yes.
Oh yes, most definitely. What would you most like your fans to know about you? Because you have fans that span several decades. So what would you most like all of us to know about?
Well, what I would like them to know about me, I think whatever they want to know about me, they can read about me. I don't think what I would want them to know about me is that I'm a pretty average, ordinary person. You know, I'm like, you know, when sometimes I go out of the house without any makeup on. I just put a cap on and I go to the store. This is what I like them to know. I do my own shopping. I go to the grocery store.
Wow.
I go to the post office. Whatever, you know. Yes, I may get if I get to the point where, let's say, things start really getting busy in my life, pertaining to my career, maybe I'll have somebody like an assistant come in during the for
Right.
a few hours, a couple of hours, and kind of like do things for me.
Right.
I do housework around the house sometimes, but the most importantly, I basically, I just have kind of like a normal life.
Okay.
Normal life.
Thank you.
I have a dog.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's in the bedroom right now, probably barking. But
Okay.
I got the doors closed, so
Okay.
thank God we can't hear him.
Well,
Okay.
let me just say, Freda, you look like you take real good care of yourself,
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
and look like you don't play that. So that's what's up.
no, I don't. Oh, look. Okay, I drink a little bit of red wine and a little bit of champagne sometimes. But
Right.
I do less of that I used to, and I don't do drugs because to me that's not helping my body and that's not
Right.
keeping me healthy.
That's
You know,
right.
although back in the day, I did my little bit of something. I did my little. I experimented. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that's all right. You look great. So
Thank you.
It don't even show. It doesn't even show.
No way.
Describe your experiences with any of the Motown artists, because we know you have experience with Motown.
Oh yeah. Well, the artist. Let's say I've done lots of gigs with Martha Reeves,
Oh wow.
Okay.
and I've done lots of gigs of the same shows with the Four Tops,
Oh,
the Temptations.
nice.
Wow.
Let's say maybe the Shy Lights. Matter of fact, the Shy Lights just got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Right.
Just
Right.
the other day, I was there. I went down there to, honor them as well. And what's his name? Marshall Thompson.
Right.
He's the only surviving member. And he was there and all looking as sharp as a tack.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And the Delphonics, I've worked with them. And
Oh wow.
uh-huh.
I love Mary Wells. Did you get a chance to meet her?
Oh, yes. I
Yeah.
met Mary Wells back when we were both, I think we were both 16 back in Detroit. I was 16. She was 16. We were doing a sock hop. And what happened was she was singing, I think one of the first songs that she recorded on Motown. I don't remember the song. And here's the funny twist. I was on that show at a high school auditorium, but I was dancing.
Wow.
I was dancing. That's what I wanted. That's what I chose to do.
Okay.
And who else have I worked with? What's his name? I'm having a
Not Smokey. Wasn't Smokey.
wasn't Smokey, but it was. Let's get back to that. We'll get back.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So who are your favorite artists today?
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't it. Edwin Starr.
Edwin Starr.
That was, as a matter of fact, back in 2002 in the UK, in England, I did a 2-month tour. That was Edwin Starr, Martha Reeves, and me.
Wow.
Just the three of us. And we did a tour all over England.
Nice.
Yeah. Little Anthony and the Imperials. Were they ever with Motown?
I think the Imperials were.
I'm not. I think so, but I'm not sure.
And
so you had, with your experiences with Motown artists, and I love Motown. Most of the music I love was out before I was born. But Motown is, of course, iconic.
oh yeah, Motown has a definite place in history, and Motown to me changed the world as far as R&B music is concerned.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Right.
Motown came before Philadelphia International, and Motown will always be, let's say, the shining star, the shining palace on the hill.
Right.
Where you have to say, well, that's Motown, and then and of course, Philadelphia International blew it out the water.
Yes, they did.
Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. And I kind of regret that I didn't sign with them back in the 70s, because they came after me around, it was like 1976.
Right.
I was at a impasse where I was being offered a deal from Capitol Records.
Right.
And also Leon and Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, they were out here, and they sat down with me and they gave me an offer. And what it was, Capitol was offering me a much more lucrative deal. And so my attorney said, well, you need to go with Capitol because they've got, the longevity and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Looking back on it, that was a big mistake. Because if I'd gone with them, Philadelphia International, I would have gotten more attention because I'm a Black artist and they're a Black company. They would have had more of a reason. They would have put more love into my projects. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But but then again, you have to look. Everybody has situations where they say I should have turned left instead of turned right.
Right. But ultimately, you made the right choices to get you where you're at today.
Well,
would you say that was your greatest regret, Ms. Payne? Would you say that would be your greatest regret, career speaking?
I won't say my greatest. One of them.
Okay.
Another regret is I always used to wonder, should I have gone with Barry Gordy?
Right.
Because he and my mother couldn't get along business-wise. My mother,
I read that.
Yeah. And she always resists, she would not go along with him because he was that kind of a person you had to go along with, do it his way or no way at all. And my mother was like a very smart, intelligent woman. Mm-hmm. I mean, smarter than me and my sister put together. I'll put it that way. She had good common sense.
Right.
And she just rejected some of his demands, and she wouldn't budge and he wouldn't budge. So I was just 14 at the time. Right. And I always used to wonder, how different things would have been for me.
Oh, wow.
Had, she allowed me to go, with Barry. And that's all. That's all I have to say. But being that I believe in the Holy Spirit and I believe in God and there's a greater destiny for everyone. Right. I go with that because if it was supposed to be, it would have been.
Right.
Exactly. You have to look at it like that. If that's the way it was supposed to be like that, that's how it would have been.
Right. We're sort of over on our time, so we're gonna probably we don't want to take too much of your time. So Chef Fineaswine, you want to go ahead and sort of ask maybe the last question, so because I know Ms. Payne has things to do, so we don't want to take all your day.
Yeah, absolutely. We thank you again, Freda. There were a lot of pitfalls back in the music industry in those days, I'm sure. How was you able to avoid getting mixed up in that?
Well, the pitfalls was like maybe if being uneducated about the music business.
Right.
Or let's say a pitfall. It's almost like you just have to have an instinct of whether you're going with the right people or not. Okay. You might, like I just mentioned about my quandary back in those days when I didn't go with Motown because I realized my attitude is this. Look at it this way. There was Diana Ross. Mm-hmm. Now, what if I'd gone with Motown back when I was 16 in 1950 something?
Wow.
What would have happened? I think that there would have still been maybe a problem there.
Right.
So I wasn't getting enough attention and I probably would have left anyway.
Right.
But then again, I don't know. I don't know how things would have worked out. But she was meant to be who she was and who she became because she had the it factor. And that's what it was all about. And Barry was smart enough to see that and go with it.
Right.
So he made the right decision.
So, you know, and like you just mentioned, the spiritual aspect, everything happens the way it's supposed to anyway.
Yeah, it's just that you have to keep your wits about you.
Right.
And, always look before you leap.
Right.
Seek good advice from a lawyer or somebody
Right.
who's a veteran in the business who knows all the
Right.
ins and outs.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask one last question? If you could, where you are now in your life today, if you could go back to when you had that #1 song, Band of Gold, 1970, what are 3 things you would tell your younger self?
I would say, ooh, wow, that's heavy. I would say, keep your eye on the prize, look straight ahead, don't get involved with anybody, especially anybody you work with.
That's good advice. Excellent advice.
And for those who know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't, let's say, as they say, just don't get involved with anybody in a personal relationship that you work with.
Right.
Because that can cause problems.
That's very good advice.
Yes.
And I will definitely, we had a little short video. I'll send it to you. It's a little compilation, just honoring you. And yes, ma'am. So we're just so glad. We just wanted to show you some love and adulation. I've always been a big fan. And so just wanted to have you come on the show. I know we went over just a bit. So I do apologize.
Well, that's okay. And I enjoyed it. You guys let me tell you something I have to say. Your questions were very astute, very intelligent.
Thank you.
You really thought about what you're going to say, and just keep on doing what you're doing, because I can see that you guys are going to go much further than where you are now.
Yes, I received that. Thank you, Freda. Next time you in Chicago, you better come get a plate now. I'm a chef now.
Okay, well, I've got relatives in Chicago.
I know. I heard you say that, in one of your interviews. Yes,
yeah,
I'm so glad.
I got married in Chicago. My uncle married me, the former Bishop Elgin Little.
Gregory Abbott.
Okay.
Right?
Gregory Abbott, yeah.
I've been missing you.
Yeah, right. Shake you, girl. I want to shake you down.
I found when I was reading some information, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. So just keep doing what you're doing. We love your work. Our subscribers love your work. We will be supporting you when your memoir, is out. I wish we could make it to New York to your signing party. I'll see what I can do.
At the Cutting Room, November 1st.
November 1st.
Right.
Yeah, that time.
Yes, I got it. And if you want to plug your memoir, you can plug it now. It's going to be on Amazon.
It's called Band of Gold, a memoir by Freda Payne.
All right.
And Mark Vigo. Freda Payne and Mark Vigo.
And when we get our copy, we're gonna make sure we send a picture with the book and the album. And
yes.
All right. Okay.
Your family here, Freda. Thank you for being with us.
We'll share it out on all of our social media platforms as well. And I'll see if I get an invite, I'll try to make it to the book signing.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Have a great Sunday. Have a blessed Sunday.
You as well. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Wow. That was nice. I'm jealous. That was so nice. Stop showing. Okay.
Be ready for whatever life throws your way. Dial Skin Smart.
That was fantastic.
The devil tried to mess up
It sure did. I was like,
but we wasn't going We was not
No,
going.
no, I wasn't having it.
So, what's up, TT, Catherine? What's up, Deborah?
Oh, how did y'all get in contact?
I'm gonna wait till my partner
you
come
want
up.
to come up here?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till she come up, and then we can get right into it.
I
But
want you to get
did
to
you
that.
guys really enjoy it? I hope that you guys liked it.
I enjoyed it. I'm like, wow. I'm jealous of y'all too, meeting her like that. And y'all sat down and y'all had a nice long conversation with her. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
beautiful.
Look, we were honored. We were honored just to have her up there, and she started dropping those little nuggets and sharing about her American musical. Look, I told her, don't get up, Mama, don't get up and get no American musical. Well, stay sitting down. She said, no, I'm gonna go get it. I said, oh,
She sure did.
watch out.
Like that.
Yes. So, again, that was nuggets that we needed, that we appreciate, because she didn't have to do that, but she did.
And then she blessed y'all to you're gonna grow. I said, all right now.
Right. Yes, I'm loving it, and I receive it. I'm like, okay, it all it takes is you to know one person, one individual, and
That's all you need to know.
that's all you need to know,
That's all you need to
So
know. Wow.
she endorsed her books, her memoir that's gonna be coming out, and her latest CD. She's still in the studio, like recording and with different artists.
I was reading about it.
She not letting nothing stop her.
She
Looks good.
Honey.
Yeah, she looks good. Like she takes real good care of herself.
Yes.
She's very articulate, and
exactly.
you can tell she know her way around the business, the music industry, and stuff like that. So,
and she know all my favorites back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just love me some R&B.
Yes, and you know what? I want you to replay that song, Band of Gold.
You know what? I think that's why this thing was messing with me, because I played that song.
I don't think so.
You don't think
it was.
So?
You know what I think it was, because you had when you have other people up there, sometimes it does that. You understand? And then you might have had YouTube open on other, and you didn't turn the volume on that, because for a while we heard the feedback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that was me. I said, hold it, because I had, you know what it was? I didn't mute this thing here.
Okay, but see, this is when we practice. Get our little practice in. Look, I'm still a beginner at
This is my
StreamYard.
first one, but that's all right. My first one.
That's all right. But look, we made it happen, and you showed the whole video, and it
exactly, it still plays.
We had a few mishaps, but not
that's
today,
right.
devil.
It happens.
You're gonna show this video. Yeah, it happens.
People that's better than me had done the same thing, honey. Trust.
I'm trying to wait on my partner to come on up.
But
up? I mean, it was yeah, she said she was. I mean, it was an awesome video, and oh my God, you talking about somebody. We were excited. We still are happy to the fact that we have her. We got a lot of feedback from the video. No negative feedback, all positive. And we have some more celebrity interviews that we're going to be doing, up and coming.
All right, now. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And hopefully, we can get some plugs, and they say, you can come on to our album release, or, all of that stuff. We want to go. We want to support. That's what it's about. Supporting, people, supporting everyone, loving on everyone. Positive energy. You know what I'm saying? We lack that in the world today. And we need to get away from that. We need to get away from that, So we are about support.
I guess she said she ain't coming up here.
I guess not. Oh wow.
But anyway, Roland, you and Fineaswine did a fantastic job, and I really, really enjoyed it. Because let me tell you what I did. I said, look, I'm scared to even touch this thing. So I just let it go on. I went in my bedroom, started watching it. You understand? When it's come to an end, that's when I came back in here.
Right. Well, I hope my partner heard you, and we thank you for allowing us to come on your platform and show our video. You know, we're really excited about that, and we thank you. So we shared you out. You know, I dropped a
Thank you.
little money in your little cash bin over there. You know,
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
already
everything.
know
I
it's
appreciate
heavy. I know
everything.
it's heavy and big and stuff, but you know, my little chump change that I put in there. But you know, one day you're gonna donate to the Fineaswine chef one of these days. But I had to put some, make sure I put some love in your cash
Oh, here she go.
box too. Oh, she's up here. Okay, perfect. Hey, hey, hey,
Hey, what's going on?
hey there.
You and Fineaswine did an excellent job.
Hey, honey, I appreciate your love and adulation, honey. That's just the beginning.
Amen.
I can't wait.
Hallelujah,
Yes.
as Oprah Winfrey would say.
Hallelujah.
So tell
She
me
do say
though,
that.
how do
Oh,
y'all grab up Miss Payne?
you want me to tell him why?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So what happened was, I had been talking to Fine, and he's working and busy. I'm working and busy, but I told him, I said, Fine, I'm going to start sending emails trying to contact some stars, particularly those from my generation, because so many people are dying. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just depressing. So
right.
I said, fine. I said, I'm going to start reaching out. And then he was reaching out to some people,
Mm-hmm.
sending emails, contacting people on social media. So what happened was I saw Thelma from Good Times. I saw her. She was she was on TikTok and YouTube, and two TikTokers that I follow. She had did a little something with them because she doing like a little cooking show on her YouTube channel.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
right, so I went to her website.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you thinking, okay, you send an email, you don't hear nothing, or you see a phone number, you think, okay, I'll call this number. Ain't nobody gonna pick up the phone. So it was a Sunday night, and so I went to, like I said, her actual name is Bernadette Stannis. So I said, what the heck? What do I have to lose? I dialed the number, and somebody picked up.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, and so I said, I told them who I was, and I said I would like to, interview Bernadette Stannis. And he talked and he said, "Yeah, well, I'll see what I'm her booking." He said, "I'm her booking agent. One of them. She has more than." And he said, "I can set that up." I said, "Great." And like I said, this was on a Sunday evening. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Wow." And so we were talking and texting, talking and texting. And originally, I was supposed to have her. I told Fine, I was going to try to get her because, that's what, we were setting up. So October 3rd, originally, we were supposed to have Bernadette Stannis. So I think, what was it, Fine, about a week or two before?
Yeah,
Um,
about maybe not about 4 or 5 days.
I talked to, like I said, I'd been texting, talking. Okay. So we had been talking. And then he said, so what happened? He told me, some things had changed. She had signed on with some, I don't know, I forgot who it is, to do, a little documentary, like a little biography on her life.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how the stars are when they start a major, project like that, their attorneys will advise them, don't do this, don't do that, da 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 da. So her attorney advised her not to do and grant any more interviews until release, and then you still gonna you guys can still get the interview. So I said, okay. I said, do you have? I didn't want that to be the end. So like I said, we were talking and texting. So I said, do you have anyone else who could stand in and he had already texted me some people, other people that he's a booking agent for. So I saw, I was looking at the names, and he said, "What about Freda Payne?" I said, "Yes."
I know that.
I said, "I love Freda Payne." Ha! I
Crazy
told
about it.
him. And
Crazy.
then I even went to TikTok. I don't have a lot, and like I told you, Fine, I don't have a lot of videos on TikTok because I'm like you. I mostly focus on my YouTube page. And so I said, honey, I love Freda Payne so much. I said, I did the TikTok a band ago in January. And honey, you know, I sent it to him and he sent it to her.
Sure did. Yeah, sure did.
So we talked and then yeah, and then you know, I told him, you know, a lot of I said, you know, yes, sir. You know, he finally told me he was Bernadette Stannis's husband. You know, when I first started talking to him, I just thought he was her agent. And he finally came. I guess he had to feel me out, make sure I wasn't some darn crackpot, you know.
Right.
But he told me that, and I was like, okay, cool. I said, tell her I'm her number one fan. And when this her little that project is done, she got honey, everybody waiting for Thelma to come on the show. You hear me?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
buddy. We had
So
the
anyway,
flyer
it
all
was
made
fine,
out.
you know, to set everything, huh?
We had the flyer all made out and everything.
Oh yeah, we had everything. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody was excited. So like I said, but when I told them Freda Payne, honey, they were still excited. Because I told Fine, because I'm older than Fine. I told Fine, honey, Freda Payne, well, you see how she looked now. I remember I was a child. All the men, black and white, everybody was in love with Freda Payne. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and so, you know, that's why I frankly remember I was a small child. I remember how the men were wooing and cooing over Freda Payne. And that hit song, everybody played that song.
She was
Okay.
gorgeous.
So, so, you know, a couple of days before, and so this, and then was it last Sunday? Sunday before last. I said, sir, you know, there are a lot of people, you know, conning and scamming. I said, is it possible that you could have, you know, Miss Payne to call me? You know, I just want to make you know, because you're talking to someone, you know, on the phone or emailing people, you don't know, you know what I'm saying, who you're dealing with. And then I texted him, and he texted me back. He said that we're just leaving an event in Chicago. He said we will call you, you know, when we get straightened out. So it was about what 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. My phone rang, and it was Ken. He said, "Lynn," he said, "I have Freda on the phone," and she said, "Hello." I said, "Oh my God!" You know I was starstruck.
Yes.
Oh my God!
I would have been
And
too.
we talked because I told him I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to talk long, but I wanted to hear her voice. You know, I don't want to have we don't want to have people sitting up here waiting, thinking they're gonna hear a
Right.
star, and it's a scam. You know.
Right.
So anyway, um, right, and so I talked to her for a little while, and then you know I didn't want to keep her, but she, like I said, she wasn't rushing. You know, you saw how she was doing in the interview. Fine,
Yeah, she was
hey,
taking
she
her
was the
time.
same way on the phone, just
No
talking. She
problem.
wasn't in a hurry. You know,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Thank you,
She's
Sandra.
wonderful, and she was, you know, when I said okay, I thanked her. And I said, you know, we're excited to have you on our show. I said, the subscribers are excited. And you know, we said I gave her love and adulations, and we got off the phone, and then we just did the doggone thing on last Sunday, and oh my
Yeah.
God, everyone
Yeah.
loved it.
Yes. We got good
You did
feedback.
an excellent
And
job.
so, huh?
You did an excellent job.
Thank you. And that was our second interview, right? Fine.
Yes.
Really?
Our first interview was with
Hello.
one of Whitney
Okay.
Houston's dear friend.
Robin?
No,
Quincy
Quincy.
Thomas, and she's a
Quincy? Oh,
sweetheart.
I got to check that out.
She hugged Whitney a couple of days, 2 days
Yeah.
before she passed away.
Mm-mm.
She was in Whitney's life. Like she had
Oh my
moments in
God, she
Whitney's
was a
life. Yeah.
godsend to Whitney.
Yes, she was. She was like the angel for Whitney Houston, period. Because she
Yep.
loved us a Whitney. And she very much showed herself to be an angel.
She is a absolute sweetheart.
Oh,
She
I got to.
reminded Whitney of
Yes.
of all her qualities. She reminded how much she loved her because Whitney needed to hear that. She always reminded her that every time they bumped into
She
one another.
did. She
Mm.
did. Thank
Whitney
God
had
for
her
Quincy. Thank
pictures
God.
in
She's
her
a
home.
wonderful person. She
Oh, okay. That's like
yes. Oh my
right.
God.
Mhm,
I don't know why I thought of
She
wow.
and Quincy actually helped us too. Gave us pointers.
mhm,
So
mhm.
that
Well, question
that's
to
what we got some of our ideas. She gave us a lot of help.
oh, okay. All right, all right.
Because
So
she's part of paparazzi, so
and
she has
this
interviewed a lot of celebrities. I'm sorry, partner. Go ahead.
yes, that's what she does. And you know, I told Fine, I was gonna talk to her, and I texted her. She is such a sweetheart, and I asked her, how we should, talk and things, and she was just giving us information, things that people normally charge you for. She even shared a free e-course